Okay, class. Um, we already went over the first part of this. This is chapter 5 on page 165. And we're going to start with number 8 here. Um, okay, so if you'll look on page 141 in your book, okay, so there's going to be this formula. And it says a balance has a sensitivity range of plus or minus 4 milligrams. You're to weigh 50 milligrams of lactose on the balance. What will be the percentage of error? So, okay, so this is going to be your sensitivity range is 4 and your desired quantity is 50. So we're just going to plug it into this formula. And it's so sensitivity range is 4 over the desired quantity is 50 multiplied times 100, and that's going to give us the percent error, which is 8%. Okay, so the answer is 8%. And USP mandates no more than a plus or minus 5% percentage of error, so the balance would need to be recalibrated because it's 8%. That's more than the 5. Next one. Okay, so you're double checking the weighing techniques of a new technician. You ask her to weigh 100 milligrams of talc. When you double check the amount of weight, you get 105 milligrams. What's the percent error? So on page 142, it gives you an example. So we know that the desired quantity is 100 milligrams. Actual is 105. So subtract the difference in those quantities, and it's going to be a positive 5 plus 5. Okay, so we're going to take the difference divided by the desired quantity, multiply it times 100, and that's going to give you 5%. Okay, USP guidelines allow for a deviation range of plus or minus 5%. A balance has incremental unit of 3 milligrams. What is the least weighable quantity on the balance? Okay, so this part here about the incremental unit is how much it takes of weight to move the calibrations one unit. So okay, so we're going to say the balance incremental measure, which is 3, over the maximum percent error times 100 gives you your least weighable quantity. Okay, so you just plug into the formula. 3 milligrams over the 5% error times 100 is 60 milligrams. So the least amount we could weigh and be accurate within 5% is 60 milligrams. If we weigh anything less than that, it's not going to be accurate enough. Okay. So number 12, you need to make an ointment with a ratio of 1 to 2 to 6 of menthol, camphor, and hydrophilic ointment. How much camphor will you need to make 3 ounces? Well, first you need to remember that 1 ounce equals 30 grams. Okay, so that means that if we have 3, we're going to say 3 times 30, and we're going to make a total of 90 grams. Okay, then we're going to add together our total parts. So if you look on page 144 and 145, they have another example of this. So 1 plus 2 plus 6, it gives you a total of 9 parts. So the first step is to get the total parts. And we know that our total quantity is 90 grams. So our total parts, 9 over our total grams, okay? So then we're going to use this proportion to figure out what percentage the first part is. So if 9 parts is 90 grams, then 1 part is how many grams? So all you do is you cross multiply. So that gives us 10 grams on that one. And since it correlates with the 1 and the menthol, then we know that goes with the menthol. Okay, so the next one, we same proportion. We know there's 9 parts in 90. And so 2 parts is going to be how many grams? Okay, so you cross multiply 20 grams, and that's going to correlate with the 2. So then that's the camphor. Okay, so the last one, okay, so again, 9 parts in 90 grams. Okay, so 6 parts over X is going to give us 60 grams of the hydrophilic ointment. But we just went ahead and figured all these out. But the question was, how much camphor will you need? And so the camphor one is 20 grams. So the answer is 20 grams. Okay. Okay, so number 14. How many grams of hydrocortisone powder are needed to make 5 ounces of a 2% ointment? Remember, 1 ounce equals 30 grams. So 5 ounces times 30 grams is going to be 150 grams is what we're going to need to make. And we know that 2% means we have 2 grams in 100 grams. Okay, so if we have 2 grams in 100 grams as our percentage, then how many grams will we need for 150 grams? Okay, when you cross multiply, the 150 times the 2, so you get 300 equals 100x. Okay, so when you do that out, you get x equals 3 grams. So the answer is 3 grams. All right, so here for number 15, how much purified water and simple syrup are needed to make 1 pint of a 40% sucrose solution? Okay, so we're going to use our allocation method. So we're going to put the highest quantity, 85, up here, and water, so that's going to be 0%. So your 85 minus the 40 gives you 45 parts. Your 40 minus 0 gives you 40 parts. We'll have a total of 85 parts. Okay, so then we need to figure out how much of each. So we know that we have a total of 85 parts, and it's going to be 480 mLs, because 1 pint, it could be 473, but I believe they're using 480 in this one. Okay, so your 40 parts, we'll find out what portion it is. 85 over 480 equals 40 over x. Cross multiply, so you're going to get that the 40 parts equals 225.8 mLs, and that's going to be your simple syrup, and we go across here to figure out which one it belongs to, and it belongs to this one. So 40 goes with the 85, which is the simple syrup. Okay, then the next one, we should just do the 45 parts the same way, and do that over here. And so that's going to be, when you cross multiply, 254 mLs of water, and we know because this one correlates with this one. So you got to find which one has 254 mLs of water. Okay, let's see, which one was it? Here. And 226 of simple syrup. So it was C. Okay. Okay, so the next one, calculate the beyond use date. These are going to be on page 148 and 149. And so you're going to look at that table, and it's going to tell you it does have water in it. We're going to know that it's an oral compound because it's captopril. If you'll remember, captopril is an ACE inhibitor because it ends in that pril. So this is going to be oral. Okay. So it says in your table, no longer than 14 days at controlled cold temperature for that one. So it's C. Okay, so the next one, C, table 5.5, page 149. Okay, so it's going to be a non-sterile, non-aqueous ointment. Okay, we have those 3 ingredients. We're going to look at our dates. Normally this would be 6 months because it's a topical non-aqueous ointment, so the beyond use date is going to be 6 months. So you look at all of your ingredients, and so the answer is going to be C. This is the earliest expiration date on our ingredients, but the 14 comes before 31, so we can't give it to the 31st. We're going to have to give it 12/14, so C. or strength of 120 gram ointment that's compounded with 3 grams of triamcinolone powder and petrolatum. Okay, so we've got 3 grams and 120 grams, and percentages based on 100, so that equals how many grams in 100. So you just cross multiply, so 100 times 3 and then 120x, and you get 2.5%.